CNN's Elle Reeve recently traveled down to Florida where she attended a MAGA boat parade, and the conversations she had there were quite fascinating. The cognitive dissonance was on full display. Now, normally I don't make it a habit of sitting around and bashing your everyday Trump supporters. I think that these people are regular Americans just like me, who have been sold a bill of goods that is just not true. But nevertheless, these people do have some agency. And if they stepped outside of their echo chambers, I think that they might have a little bit different view of the world. So let's go ahead and take a look at this first guy. He said he's a retiree. He's out there with his boat and his jet skis, and he's trying to criticize the economy while also saying that things for him are going pretty good. So let's go ahead and take a look.
What's your most important issue?
The economy, getting the interest rates down, getting it where we can afford to live in America. Right now, it's too expensive.
Okay, now let me maybe ask like a slightly impolite question. But, you know, if you can afford a boat, you're not hurting so bad, right? Because a boat costs a lot of money and it's a lot of upkeep.
Listen, nobody gave me shit. I earned everything that I've got. I'm retired military, retired power plant, and I am successful and retired and with boats, jet skis, because I did it right. And everybody has that chance.
Okay, so I just wanted to stop it here because on the one hand, he's saying the economy is in shambles, and that's his number one reason for voting for Trump. But on the other hand, he's saying that things are going pretty good for him because he did things the right way. Now, I think this is a common thing that we witness across the political spectrum. I think when things are going bad, it's really easy to start putting the blame on other people, including people like the Biden administration. And then when things are going pretty good, it's all your accomplishment. It's all your merit. It's all your doing. And I just don't think that that is a rational view to have of the world. There are so many moving parts in our economy that have to line up. There are subsidies here and subsidies there, and the roads are being built, and there's a whole bunch of things that contribute to the success of Americans that always go unnoticed. But as soon as things are going a little bit bad, they're quick to blame whoever is in charge. So I think that's something we should definitely keep in mind. Let's go ahead and continue to listen to this guy.
Whether they choose or not, that's up to them.
I would never try to take anything away from you in that way. But what I'm asking is, groceries are probably a smaller part of your budget than, say, you know, someone who's like a little worse off. I think it's interesting that people who are a little bit more comfortable are still so concerned about the economy. Did you see what I'm saying?
Because I want my money to go further. I want inflation to go down. I want interest rates to go back down. I want all that. But that covers everybody in the economy. Not just me, not just the poor, not just the rich. It covers everybody.
Now, something I've heard from some people, tell me if this applies to you, is like they're worried their kids aren't able to afford a house or a car.
No. I trained my kids and taught my kids properly. They have great educations, and they're both successful in their careers. Actually, they're doing better than me.
Okay, so again, he's wanting to criticize the economy, but also saying that he's doing good, his kids are doing good, but that is only because he did it the right way. Now, is this a real fair analysis of the situation at hand? And I saw a lot of people on the right-wing media ecosystem trying to give Elle Reeve crap here for calling out this blatant cognitive dissonance, if you will. I don't think there's anything wrong with her pointing out, like, hey, you seem to be doing good. You just told me your kids are doing pretty good. So why are you complaining so hard about the economy? I think that's a fair and reasonable question to ask. Because this is just cognitive dissonance on full display. If these people were to step outside of their echo chamber, they might see that the American economy is doing pretty good right now. But I don't know if they're just glued into Fox News or Newsmax all day long. That is not the worldview that they have crafted for themselves. Let's go ahead and move on to the second guy, and he's asked about the conspiracy theories that Donald Trump and J.D. Vance continue to spread about Haitian immigrants eating people's pets. And let's see how he kind of responds to that.
Do I believe that actually happened or not? Have no evidence of it. Do I doubt it? I don't know. I can't say thumbs up or thumbs down.
Do you think it shows good judgment on Trump's part to talk about it if it's not confirmed?
I think it shows good judgment for every one of us on every side to look into it. I dare all of us to investigate it.
Okay, so imagine what he is saying here. I've been provided no evidence to show that these claims are true, but Donald Trump isn't at fault. We should be looking into these things. Is that really a reasonable stance to take here? Should we just be allowed to create one-off stories and then expect everybody to go investigate or go to the town of Springfield and investigate for themselves? I don't know where I don't know how these two thought processes can coexist with one another. On the one hand, you're saying, I've been given no reason to believe that this is true, but on the other hand, Donald Trump said it's true, so maybe we should look into it. I just don't think it's fair. Let's go ahead and keep on listening to this guy.
And I live there, so I will.
Well, the police say they don't have any record of it, and the city manager says they don't have a record of it, and the governor has now
Not my governor. My governor.
DeWine?
No.
DeWine has said something about it.
So what Elle Reeve is saying here is that even your own governor has come out and said that these stories are not true. And this guy is incredulous about it, saying, no, he didn't say anything. He apparently has some respect for DeWine there in Ohio. But for whatever reason, he's just not willing to admit that he's wrong. I'm not exactly sure what this is. Let's go ahead and keep on going.
I don't believe
You want
that.
me to look it up?
I'm happy to look it up all by myself.
Hold on, let's just Google it if I have service. Okay. Ohio DeWine Haitian cats. This is something that came up on the internet, and the internet can be quite crazy sometimes. DeWine told CBS News. DeWine says he trusts city officials who have said they have not received any credible reports of such conduct. Mayor Reeve of Springfield says, no, there's no truth in that. They have no evidence of that at all. So I think we go with what the mayor says. He knows the city, DeWine said.
Sure. That's a great way to pass the buck.
You think Trump's going to win?
I do.
And we'll stop it there. So even when he's presented with evidence that somebody he respects in his own state of Ohio, the governor, DeWine, comes out and says that there's no validity to these claims, he is unwilling to say, okay, maybe I got it wrong. And I think this is more of a critique on our current media environment. I think people are filtering themselves into smaller and smaller echo chambers. And then when they are confronted with facts outside of that echo chamber, they're not exactly sure what to do with it. That's why we get these competing narratives that can exist in one person's mind. And I think that's going to be a huge problem moving forward because we seem to have these two versions of reality that are diverging from one another. When we have to have a set of facts that we can all agree on. Facts are facts, right? We have to be able to establish our basis in reality before we can start arguing on the issues and things like that. If we can't agree on reality, then what can we do? So I just thought that this was really fascinating. I think the cognitive dissonance is on full display. I think that the right-wing media ecosystem is very much to blame for this type of dissonance. I think they spend so much time spreading falsities and mistruths that these people are confronted with the facts on the ground and their brain just doesn't compute. Or they're just so willing to say that it's wrong even without the evidence. So I think that this is a problem that we have to watch out for. We have to come back to some some shared reality, or this is we're already seeing this has major consequences on our political landscape, on our societal fabric. And so I think we need to call it out every time we see it, and hopefully these people will one day be open to the set of facts as they see them, or as they are, instead of being fed these narratives from echo chambers that distort their reality. So I'll leave it there, guys. If you did get anything out of this video, please do remember to smash that like button and hit subscribe. Maybe share it with a friend or two. I'm trying to make it to that 1,000 subscriber mark and would very much appreciate your help there. If you want to see how Donald Trump spins false realities for his MAGA supporters, go ahead and watch that video on the screen now. Otherwise, I will see you guys on the next one.